Hello, ladies, gentlemen, and everyone in between. Molten AMF here. Now, today. You see, IRL stuff, uni and stuff, get in the way of video making for a bit, so just in case I can't get some new stuff out, edited stuff out in, the next period of time, I'm doing this. Armored Core 6 weapons tier list for PvP. Yeah, you're gonna get some pure unedited Molten here, which is crazy. But yes. I'm like, what is something I can get out with relatively little effort and, content for you guys? So yes, I have decided PvP weapons tier list. Now, obviously, most of you guys know me as the, PvE challenge guy and speedrunner, which, yeah, obviously. But, I play a bit of PvP. Not really recently, but considering the game has not really had any proper balance patches in, how long ago was 1.09? I think it's like 4 or 5 months at this point. I haven't checked, but yeah, I think it's 4 or 5 months at this point. And even then, that didn't really change the meta, it just, buffed a few parts. So yeah. Let's just get straight into it. Actually, wait, no, before we get into it, to elaborate, I have gone into S rank on Xbox, so obviously this is me Xbox tier list, because I haven't played PC, but I have gotten up to S rank quite a few times. Yeah. Haven't done it recently because, when I started making proper videos, I didn't really have the time to grind out online rank, but yeah, I've competed in tournaments. I wouldn't call myself one of the best players on Xbox, but I can at least hold my own against them. I have a few wins against some of the best Xbox players, but yeah. So hopefully, I'm not completely out of my depth talking out of my ass here, but yes. Let us begin Armored Core 6 PvP weapons tier list. Now, to begin, I will go like this, but to begin, we've got to get the important ones up first. So, the Zimmerman, the Harris that's a curse. The Harris, that should definitely be below. And the LRB. So, hopefully this will set the stage for the tier list. These are the 3 S tier weapons among the hand. I might put a back weapon in S tier, but didn't get to that when we get to it. So yeah. I think that the Harris, the Zimmerman, and the LRB are fundamentally the strongest freehand weapons for PvP. And in this order. I think the Zim and LRB are notably better than the Harris, but I still think the Harris is, still S tier. But yeah, so I'll talk about the Harris first. So, Harris, longest range kinetic rifle in the game, excellent impact. Damage is mediocre, but direct hit is really good, so you make up for it when you hit the stagger. But yeah, it's just that longest range. It's the best kiting weapon in the game, undeniably. Yeah, all the lightweight kites use it for good reason. It just steals so much impact, right? Hello, AC6 Advanced Garage. Yeah, look at that. Whole 285 impact on a single bullet. 285 times 2, 500. 570. Yeah, 570 impact from 2 Harrises at once. That's between a third to a fourth of any most AC's impact. Stability, yeah. It's a really strong weapon. It is a little weaker on the offense. I'll definitely grant it that. It's not unusable on offense. I have used heavyweight kiting Harris builds before, and they do function on the approach. It is by no means useless. But yeah, I think the other kinetic weapons do have it beat on the offense slightly, depending. Do they? I don't know. But yeah, it's just so good defensively, right? Everybody runs it for a reason. And that's not even talking about the charge attack. I think the charge attack also gives it, it'd be one of the best weapons in the game without the charge attack, but with the charge attack, just gives it just a few extra applications. I've had a bit of success running a Walt rifle, Harris, Triano, and whatever missile I'm feeling, Tetrapod. And yeah, the Harris can really put in work. The charge attack cooldown isn't even that long. You can kind of spam it a little bit, honestly. So yeah, it's just, yeah. The stability, the amount of impact it does, it It's really good. It just deals a lot of impact. I don't think it needs to be changed. I really feel like it's good, and it's just all of the other kinetic weapons suck ass. But, yeah. You know, you run it on a lightweight, you just can't catch up to it, and by the time you caught up to it, it's almost got you staggered. You put on a heavyweight, and it's just the sheer stability difference. They stagger you first. Yeah. Yeah, it's a really good weapon. I definitely think it deserves S tier. Now, the Zimmerman. I don't think I need to elaborate too much on why the Zimmerman is... You know, there are arguments for which one goes first. I personally believe the LRB is first, but if you put Zimmerman's as the best, I would be inclined to agree as well. Yeah, it's just excellent damage, excellent impact, stagger extensions. Interacts with AC6's stagger system perfectly. Low EN, not even that bad on the weight. At a perfect range where you run a melee punish with it, and you can equip your AC with basically any frame you desire. Perfectly usable at all weights. I say usable at all weights. I think it definitely works best as midweight and heavyweight. I think lightweight Zim is honestly pretty mediocre. Like, it can work, but... pardon me. The only time you go offensive as a lightweight is when you're dealing with a kite. And it's like... The difference between a lightweight Zimmerman and a midweight Zimmerman and it's a kite... It is basically no difference. The lightweight's slightly faster, but the midweight has the defense and stability to actually verse a kite. So yeah, actually, maybe mid is a little... Nah, you can still do something with it. So yeah, it's mid on lightweights, but it's excellent on mid and heavyweights. Like, Power Barker, it's nowhere near as good as it used to be. That's undeniable. But it's still not nothing. It still works against quite a decent amount of builds. And of course, we can't forget to mention Zim Shield. I don't know if it is it's still considered the best, but it was at many points considered one of the best. And if it's not the best, it's one of the best. Yeah, it's just the perfect combination of excellent damage and impact at close range and the defensive profile to live at that range. Because that's the other thing with Zimmerman's, right? Because it's a shotgun, you only need to be within enemy range when you fire it. So you can kind of, let's pretend your AC, enemy AC, you can approach, fire, and then move away. And, like, all of a sudden, you fired while you're, like, 100 meters away, and then you're, like, 300 meters away by the time the enemy has a chance to react to you. Yeah, it's that shuffling thing I've done you can see me doing, I don't know how much, I can't think of a specific example, but, like, if you see me, any of my PvP, some of the tournaments where I'm using it, you'll notice the technique I'm using, yeah. The whole shuffle with assault boost, quick boost in the same direction. Yeah. Maybe I should make a guide video on that tech. But yeah. Yeah, the Zimmermans are just amazing. They're just amazing. Yeah, they're just amazing. And the LRB. Now, why do I think the LRB is the best weapon for Armor Core 6 PvP? I think it does so much damage. Its impact is not even bad. It's just low, and it has some excellent combos. Yeah, it just does so much damage. Like, two LRBs. Advanced Garage, back me up here. Yeah, look at that. LRB 778. That's ding 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 ding. 15. That's 1536 if I'm not mistaken. 1556. That's a lot of damage that can just be released at once. Yeah. It's a lot. Like, chunking away, like, so much AP in one go, it's just crazy. It's not even, and it's also got excellent range as well, like, look at that. 200 meter ideal range, 324 effective. Like, that outranges a lot of weapons. Yeah. And now, I think this is the biggest reason why it's the strongest weapon in the game. Because you can charge it, you can delay your shots. I specifically remember this. I'm not sure exactly what tournament it was, but I was versing Consort in one of our tournaments. Consort 1 on Xbox. Yeah, I'll put a follow in that eye icon in the top right. Yeah. He's like the LRB guy on Xbox. And I remember there was one time, right, where I was versing against him. I was using a heavyweight LRB build, and he was dodging me, right? Because he's a good player, and he was reacting with a shield. And then, as I was playing, I realized, oh wait, I can delay my shots. And as soon as I did that, I was catching him. He was quick boosting before I fired, he was putting the shield up before I fired, and I was just getting those shots in. And I just think that's such a fundamentally strong thing to do. Like, Harris, it's a continuous fire weapon. You're not an immediate threat to dodge. Harris is like an effective bubble around the target that you just gotta spend as little time in as possible. Zimmerman's, you have to try... you can dodge Zimmerman's, right? Like, this is not Priacellus buff Zims territory. You can deal with Zimmerman's now. Like, you pay attention to the barrel as it's being raised, quick boost. And because it's a shotgun, right? If the enemy wants to cancel that, they need to burn their energy. So you can force an energy trade, which depending on the matchup will affect, who has the advantage. But with the LRB, you can think they're about to fire because they raise the gun, and you quick boost. And then they fire after you're done. Because, especially if you don't use LRB on a Arquebus ADD generator, which obviously you can use it on Arquebus ADD generator if you want to up the damage, but if you want to specialize in the mind games, just the VP20D, the charge time on that is like, what's a normal thing on the charge time? So that's 2 for a second. Yeah, so like on the VP20D, it's like about 2 seconds. So that gives you like a whole 2 seconds to fake him out. Sometimes you might even get like a lightweight dodging twice. And like, no, it's not even 2 seconds, right? Because you can just cancel the charge and then start charging again. And the enemy's out of energy and you're just ready to fire. Yeah. Also, another thing, I do not think this thing overheats, is that danger of overheat if you play it smartly. Like, obviously you go, yeah, it's going to overheat, but like, if you just time your shots, because the LRB deals so much damage, everybody's trying to get away. The only people who are coming to you when you're on the LRB are like Zimmerman builds or like tanks with, even then, people really don't want to take LRB shots. So you'll still see people going more defensive against it. Yeah. Yeah, I just think it has so much application. And this is me talking about just dual LRB, no charge. Like, let's not even get into, what's it? Blaze on Xbox, he made a Harris LRB build. That one was pretty good. I haven't seen many people use it, so maybe it has some weaknesses I'm not aware of, but like, it definitely was, yeah, it's definitely good. Like, you can hit the stagger, and then with charge the weapons, it just, and yeah, it's crazy. It just has so much utility. It's just so good. Like, I've seen, I think it was Striker Hunter's tournament video. I think the last one he did before his hiatus for a bit. Thankfully, he's back. Woo. Yeah. There was a dual LRB, LRA back weapon tank, as in tank, and it beat a lamb kite. Of course, it was, the starting helicopter map. So, like, yeah, the matchup was not in the kite's favor, but like, I think it says a lot that this thing can let a tank catch up to a lamb kite. So yeah, I'm not gonna go too much about it. It's excellent. It is not at no cost. It is absolutely of not. You absolutely do have to pay for it. It's, third heaviest weapon in the game. I think 4th heaviest EN. I should check, but like, I think you've had enough looking at the garage. Yeah, it requires you to use Mind Alpha arms. If you're going heavier, if you're going like tank, you can use any of the heavyweight arms, but like, if you're not going tank, you're forced to use Mind Alpha, because nobody's getting caught dead using Wrecker arms, Lamau. And yeah, it's obviously high EN, affects your mobility and your build, but like, I think it's worth it. You can easily, I ran a build with Bazell. My heavyweight LRB build had Bazell, so it was easily able to catch up to Kite. I did like a whole statistics thing for it. If you want me to release a LRB analysis video, because I have like 9-month-old footage that I never got around to making a video of, where I analyzed it. Yeah, this thing had like, that build had like an 85% win rate against kites, and I versed like 30 of them, I think. Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, like, here's the thing. Before I used the Zims, I thought they were overpowered and stupid. After using the Zims, I understand their strengths and their weaknesses. I still know they're good, but I know it's crazy. Before I used the Harris, I thought it was bullshit. Like, kites could just run away, get up to you. But after I used the kite, lightweight Harris kite, I was like, okay, there's a lot to think about. Mobility, time, making sure you're not firing when they're too far away, and everything like that. Before I used the LRB, I thought it was stupid. After I used the LRB, I thought it was stupid. So I think, yeah. I think that's enough. I think that's enough yapping about the best weapons in the game. I'm not putting any more hand weapons up here, but yeah, I might put back weapons, maybe. But yeah, let's see. So yes, let's move on. Rensetsu RF. Ooh. A or B tier? I'm gonna say A for now and maybe drop it down if I get more A tier stuff. But yeah. The Rensetsu RF is just basically the Harris. It's a slightly downgraded Harris, but at way lower cost. Like, the weight is slightly lower, but the EN is notable. I think it's like 420 something against 185, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm getting that correct off the top of my head, I think that tells you how much I'm addicted to this game. Like, oh god. But yeah, it does the Harris's job. It's a worse Harris, but at lower cost. So yeah, and because it's at lower cost, like these two work well together. These two work well together, combining them. Because what's it? Yeah, this thing has like, I think this thing fires slightly faster than the Harris, but also has like, what's it, 15 ammo in the chamber against the 10? So, like, you can have this firing while this is reloading, and then by the time this needs to reload, that's firing. So, yeah, it helps you keep the output up. And lowers your cost, because, like, yeah, lightweights aren't exactly, what's it? Lightweight kites, they aren't exactly easy for energy, right? Because, like, you're either running Lamb Core, which gives you plenty of energy, but that knocks down your defenses. You're running Narc to dodge if the enemy gets close, but there you have no energy. You have barely any energy to spare. Yeah, I think the lower EN cost for a slightly worse Harris. I think that makes it A tier. I think it's definitely a viable part. Absolutely. Again, this is probably where the PC Xbox difference is going to come in. Because, like, apparently PC players think the rifles aren't that good, which is crazy to me as an Xbox player, because I think everybody on Xbox universally agrees, yeah, these parts are good. These parts are, like, some of the best in the game. But I guess specifically just these two, but yeah. Yeah, let's move on. Curtis. This thing's a low B, high C. I'm gonna go B for the moment. Yeah, we might change it. It's a worse Harris, but it's still not that better on the cost. Like, it's slightly lighter, slightly lower EN, but like it's not that notable, I think. And the difference, it's so notable. I think the biggest thing is the effective range. Let me pull up the garage again. What's the effective range? So we got 190 to so that's the Curtis, right? So that's 190 to 337. Huh, okay. Oh, color me surprised. Our effective range is basically the same. But yeah, I think the sheer output difference, so like... Yeah, look at that. It's... Yeah, the Harris is double... The Harris is over double the impact for less than... But doesn't fire half as slow. So yeah, I think that just makes a massive difference, right? Like, the difference between dealing 300-something impact with a single double burst and 500-something impact, that's quite a big difference. I do think the charge attack is better for tetrapods, right? Because, like, this you use it once, and it goes out. This one you can spam a bit more. But yeah, I don't think this is anywhere near as good. It does have slightly higher output close range. Like, I think the impact per second, you can look at that. Nope. Nope, doesn't even have that. Harris has better impact per second. But yeah. Also, fun fact, if you ever overheat the Curtis, reload it. The reload animation is faster than the overheat cooldown. But yeah. I think that's good. Turner, and I'll put the Scudder there as well. Do I need an F tier here? I don't know if I need an F tier. Delete the F tier. Yeah. So... I don't think I need to elaborate too much on these either. Like, I think it's universally... These things have some of the... If I'm not mistaken, I think the Turner has the 5th worst damage per second in the entire game. Yeah, it's not great. And the impact is also really bad as well. Like, I think this thing has, like, impact per second on comparable to, like, the lower impact lasers. It's not great. I put the Scudder slightly above. The Scudder is better than the Turner, but yeah, they're still both pretty bad. I think they either need fire rate and ammo capacity buff or a slight damage and impact buff. Because the DPS and impact per second is just garbage. The only reason I'm not putting them in, like, E tier, like the lowest tier, is because they are really low cost. So you can just pop it onto other builds, and if you're dual wielding these, you're dumb. I'm sorry. But, like, you can combo them with, like, laser weapons to compensate for their weaknesses a bit, but, like, again, you'd just be wanting one of these two. So yeah. They're not complete useless trash. I think I remember versing a, lightweight kite that was on Narcor with dual, like, with a Scudder. I think, was it one of the two? And, like, I remember it beating me. And I was surprised by the amount of movement. So, like, maybe these things, so this is why they're staying out of the bottom tier, because their low EN it could let you do this. I'm not going to put a thing in here for being completely garbage if it can let you do something, you know. This is, like, best option almost all the time, great supplementary options, good, mediocre, bad most of the time, but can do something, and here we have universally garbage. Speaking of universally garbage, it just doesn't work. It just doesn't work. This has the worst damage. Save me, Garage. This tool is amazing. I love this thing. Yep, worst damage per second, worst DPS in the game. Look, there's the Harris. But look, the Harris has the 220 direct hit adjustment. How much direct hit adjustment is this thing? 185. Yeah. So worst damage per second in the game. Where is I? And yeah, this is the 5th worst impact per second, behind slow firing weapons and lasers. Look, there's a Turner. And there's a Scudder. Yeah. This thing is garbage. And unlike the other two, right? This thing also has, okay, that EN's not that much, but, like, it's more. And it's decently heavy for a rifle as well. Yeah, there is literally no reason why you'd ever run this. It's not like these two where it's like, okay, really low EN. This thing deals horrible damage, shots miss half the time. There are just better options. There is literally no reason to ever use this. Yeah. Now, the Ludlow. Okay. I honestly want to go C tier. I think the Ludlow's biggest problem, right? Like, the Ludlow is far from unusable, right? Like, it does have great impact and damage at close range. The problem is its effective range, like... What's it? I think it's only, like... Yeah, look at that! 125 effective range, ideal range. Like, bro, this thing, it falls off so quickly as soon as you leave, like, its best range. Like, within that 127, this thing is amazing. Outside of it, it falls off so quickly. Probably because it's, like, so low on its initial damage, it suffers from fall off so much. So yeah, you need to be in that close range, and what happens when you're in that close range? Ding, ding. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Far from useless, you can definitely combo it, but yeah, I just don't think I would ever choose to use this. Like, it has that low EN and low cost compared to the Turner. Lower than the Turner as well. But yeah, I just don't see a reason why I'd want to use this. Like, I took it into, even after the latest buff. Like, the latest buff turned it from D tier to C tier. But yeah, I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it, honestly. And Chan Chang. This thing... Now, the Chan Chang is objectively worse than the Ludlow. It is objectively worse. There is exactly one reason why you use the Ludlow, and it's because it has, like, 50% more ammo, both in chamber and out of it. The thing is, though, the Chan Chang reloads slower than the Ludlow. So, overall, if you just hold down the triggers on both weapons, the Ludlow staggers faster, even after a reload. Because the Chang-Cheng just reloads slower. By the time the Ludlow's emptied its clip, reloaded, started firing, this thing has not emptied its first clip, but it's still dealt less damage. Yeah, it's just... And not to mention, heavier, and notably, Ian, I think it's like, what, Ludlow's like 90, I want to say. I might be wrong about that, but like in that range. And then the Chang-Cheng's like high 200s, I think. Which is like, yeah, nah. It's... Yeah, and I think it's got worse effective range as well. Maybe. Don't quote me on that. Could I check? Nah. But yeah. Yeah, it's just... Yeah, it's just a worse Ludlow. And the Ludlow's already not that great. So yeah, I'm keeping it in D tier. Now, the Artichaut. This is interesting. I'm thinking B tier. Is it better than the Kurt? Okay, now... This one's going to sound crazy, but, like, actually, I've used the Artichaut online a bit. I do not think it is that bad. It is absolutely not this. It's absolutely not great, but I think it's at least good. So, I think the biggest thing of the Artichaut, excellent magazine size. But, here's a rumor I want to dispel right now. So, everybody says the Artichaut has, like, really slow bullets. I do not know where that came from. Where is bullet speed? Maybe next to B. Look at this. Artichaut bullets, as fast as Etsugen. They are literally Etsugen speed. I've never heard an Etsugen call... I've never heard anybody say the Etsugen has slow bullets. Like, yeah, it's slower than, like, Curtis, Harris. But yeah. I have no idea where that slow bullet speed came from. Maybe it got patched and nobody started correcting it, but yeah. This thing is genuinely pretty decent. Like, it is what the Ludlow and the Chang-Cheng wants to be. It does fire slightly slower, but because it's got more capacity and higher output, yeah, it's honestly pretty decent. The damage is on the mediocre side, but the impact build-up's surprisingly good. Like, no joke. I used a heavyweight build with these, and you assault boost forward with dual Artichauts. Bloody hell, it's actually kind of nutty. Where's the impact per second? Yeah, look at that. 300, you're assault boosting, what's that extra 30%? I'll just add 100. Yeah, so you're looking at 400 impact per second. Like, I've had lightweight kites, and because it's a machine gun, right, has so many bullets, you can't dodge it forever. Like, I've had so many lightweight kites, I just like, they don't take it seriously, and I approach them, and they're just like, okay, just start dodging. And then they just keep dodging, and then they run out of energy. And I'm assault boosting with this in the hand, and then it just gets staggered. It's unironically pretty good. Now, granted, is it as strong as these parts? No. It's fairly heavy. As I said, the damage is pretty mediocre. Like, the Artichaut definitely requires... I think... Like, here's how this went, right? I made a build with dual Artichauts, loved it. I'm like, oh, maybe if I put a Harris on it, Harris and an Artichaut would be good. And I'm like, would this be better if I just dual Harris? And then it just became dual Harris. Like, this is absolutely not as good as these parts. But, like, it is not devoid of worth. I think the biggest thing, more effective range. I think the effective range is the biggest killer on the Ludlow. Like, I think that's the biggest killer. I think the effective range is massive. So, yeah. This is why Artichaut good. I think it's better than Curtis, because I think the Curtis only has... Yeah. I definitely think I won. I think the effective range... I mean, the effective range is basically the same, isn't it? Yeah. I'm gonna put it above the Curtis. I could probably see an argument for below the Curtis, but yeah. Etsugen. Before what's it? I'm not sure if it was 9 that nerfed it or was it 8, but yeah. 0.8. I'm gonna keep it in A. I don't think it's... Because that's the thing, right? The strongest part of the Etsugen, right, was its impact, right? And the impact only got nerfed, like, I think once, and that was, like, a small readjustment after it got buffed. So it's still better overall. Like, is Etsugen as ridiculously strong as it was where it used to be? Absolutely not. But, like, it's still pretty good, right? Like, just that constant output has some of the best impact in the game. Its damage is quite a bit worse now. I don't think you can rely on double Etsugen by itself as... Oh, that's actually a good point, though, like... Like, you used to be able to just Etsugen Kai and have, like, a missile or something on the back. I think you need a melee punish. Ooh. I'm thinking about it. Is it, ooh. My gut's saying high B now. Yeah. Nah. If you combine it with this or this, yeah. No, that becomes a better combo. Yeah, nah. Probably very bottom of A, I think. Obviously, as we get more stuff in, yeah. Very bottom of A, I'm thinking, yeah. Yeah, it's not useless. Definitely outclassed by, but it's by far not useless. Definitely usable. Now, the Gatling guns. I am putting this in C tier. Better than... No, not better than Ludlow. Definitely better than Chang, but not better than Ludlow. So, the thing with Gatling guns, right? Yeah, there are exactly two reasons why you use Gatling guns. Either you're memeing as a rat catcher, in which, honestly, just run... just learn the Zims, bro. So, there's one reason why you use Gatling guns. You want to play defensively. Now, defensively, Gatling guns are actually fairly good. Because, yeah, it's just constant output. You can't dodge all of it. Eventually, you'll... That's not true. I specifically remember I was making, like, a build that was Steel Haze-like. Like, Nartcore, Alula, Booster, Hakushi Gen. I remember there was one time I was versing someone using miniguns, and I quick boosted constantly and stayed out of the tracking range. But then again, that was probably... They probably weren't using a Celis. That was probably the biggest thing. Yeah. Like, these weapons... I think the spread... Like, these things go out of recoil control way too quickly. They're heavy. They're really high EN, especially for kinetic weapon. Yeah. Like, they can't... Like, these things are by far not useless because, like, I've bring out the quad Gatling gun occasionally, and, like, it's definitely fun. Definitely fun, and it definitely... You can definitely win with it, but, like, this is kind of... This is like equal chance to win or lose. You can still win with these. It's like, you can win with these. This puts you at disadvantage. Why are you doing this? And this is like, okay, better chance, best chance. So yeah, like, these things are far from useless. I think their constant output at close range, like, this can help you beat close range focus builds pretty well. Because, like, similar to the Artichoke, you just can't dodge all of it. Especially if you're using a Celis. Like, you'll start to land it, they'll run out of energy. Brrr. I am heavy weapons guy. Yeah, yeah. Worse than Ludlow, but, like, definitely usable. Haldemans, this is going in A tier. Better than... No. Okay, so. I can speak to Haldeman. I can speak to Haldeman, right? Because I main Zimbunk, and I used Haldeman for quite a bit. You know that whole phase where it was like, yo, wait, we should be trying out the Haldemans. I was like, you know what, let me get on the boat. Yeah, Haldemans are great, but they are worse than Zims. I can speak to. So, why would you use a Haldeman over a Zim? So, there's two reasons. One, it's lighter, and it's not a major difference, but it does allow you to do some crazy stuff. So, you can run Haldeman, Snail Core, Melanda legs. You cannot do that with Zim. You cannot run Melanda Snail Core with, yeah, Zimmerman. You can only do it with Haldeman. And I think it's a decent... I think... Yeah. It is a good buff. And the other reason, these are better against lightweights. Haldeman's better against lightweights. Because Zims, you know, lightweights are going... Meow, meow, meow. You miss with a Zim, that's 2 seconds. You miss with a Haldeman... 1.3 seconds, that's not that bad. You're firing Haldeman. That's like a constant output. And that becomes incredibly difficult to dodge. So, yeah, misses become way less punishing with the Haldeman. And against, lightweights that are good at dodging? Yeah, the Haldemans, yeah, great. The problem with this whole thing, right? You want to use it for lightweights? You could just use Zim for lightweights. It's not that big a difference. Like, Zims still shred apart lightweights because they're fucking Zims. And the lightweights aren't that good defensively. It's, yeah. You get what I mean? And in exchange for being way better against lightweight matchups, you become so much worse against heavyweights. Like a Zimmerman can take out a tank if they lock the fuck in. Even some of the best tanks. Haldeman taking out a tank, you're fucking dreaming. Yeah. Heavyweights, dreaming. Yeah, actually, there's another... how can I forget? There's two other big reasons. One, everybody knows, Haldeman punching. Haldeman punching is excellent. Genuinely kind of crazy. I think it's a little too situational to be used... to be say, okay, you use Haldeman's for Haldeman punching. Haldeman punching's like the bonus. And it also requires you to have, like, a hand back weapon, or you're going to purge your other weapon. So, yeah. But, yeah. And the other big thing, Haldeman's reload quick enough so that you can... shoot, kick, shoot, kick. So, yeah. If your opponent does not have close-range burst options, like... It's funny, because my biggest memory of this is using this against Skinny's Bobcat, which is... Wheelchair, dual Majestics, dual Tyrannos. And, like, I did this to beat him. But, yeah, if they can't just burst you down between those kicks, then, yeah, you can just infinitely cycle some with the Haldemans. But, again, if they can get you, or they can, you know, quick boost, because you do kind of got to read the quick boost sometimes. The wheelchair's not mobile enough that you can just do that to the wheelchair, but, yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, excellent part. But it's not better than Zims. It's not better than Zims. Absolutely not. Sweet 16s. Oh, my baby. Okay. Definitely worse than Artiche. Would I prefer Sweet 16? Okay. You cannot use Sweet 16s like you use Haldemans and Zims. Like, Haldemans and Zims, they play the exact same with slight differences. Sweet 16s, you cannot play, you know, the whole offense approach, because these things have no range. They have, like, what? 80 meters ideal range? 80 meters? It's ridiculous. Yeah. It's the consistency, right? And the bullet spray as well. Like, it's so difficult to hit a Sweet 16 in neutral if the opponent's moving away from you. And in all honesty, with the way the bullet spreads, it's not... And the effective range, it's not even difficult for builds that are approaching you to stay out of your range. The 3-second reload as well. The 3-second reload is so killer. Yeah. Yeah, no. So because of that, it's so bad, why is it still in B tier? Now, Sweet 16s as a stagger punish. Ooh, now we're talking. These things can deal some stupid shit. Hello, save me. Save me, Advanced Garage. God, this tool is so fucking good. Absolute props to whoever made it. Damn, it couldn't just show us fucking... That's... Yeah. Hello, let me pull out phone calculator. I'm sorry, I'm a math kid, but I can't do fucking multiplication in my head. I'm sorry. Yeah. So that's a Sweet 16, point blank, 1000k. On direct hit... 22k. Two sweets, 2265k. It's not the K. 2 Sweet 16s, point blank, 4,500 damage. That is not nothing. That is a pretty good stagger punish, but it does require you to run dual Sweet 16s on your back. Not great. Sure, you can use the Sweet 16s in the neutral, but if you're not careful about it, now you're gonna have no stagger punish, and your entire reason for using them. I think their low weight is excellent. Like, if they were more consistent, I would probably be up to put it with the Haldemans, but like, because the low weight is so excellent for what it provides, but it's just too inconsistent. Probably better than the Curtis. I probably prefer... they're just two wildly different uses. Like, Curtis's general application, this is only good for stagger punishes, I'd think. Yeah. Yeah, not too... It's by no means bad, but yeah. Colloquids. Ooh. I think they're too short rank. I think that, you know what, I'm gonna put them right next to the Sweet 16s. They have the same problem. Colloquids can do work. Absolutely. I think I'm not mistaken, no, Vientos have the highest impact per second. Colloquials have the best sustained impact over time. Like, I think with reload, these are the fastest impact tools. And, like, they do work. But their biggest problem, they go off the rails with the impact so quickly. That, and, yeah, no effective range. Honestly, the more I'm talking about it, effective range is so big. Like, these weapons are good. These two are good because they've got effective range. These two are bad because they've got no effective range. These are bad because they've got no effective range, yeah. Honestly, it's major. You can definitely make these work, right? Like, colloquials are by no means bad. Like, you combine them with other weapons. But I think there's also the fact they're like this, and they are infinitely worse than their older brother. I don't think Ducats are S tier. I think they might be the top of A tier, though. Yeah, Ducats, 8 shots in the chamber, they deal so much fucking impact. Yeah, they're excellent. But there is something I really want to say about Ducats, right? Ducats are pretty bad offensively. Now, that's probably going to sound crazy. It's like, Molten, what the fuck are you talking about? They're pistols. That's slow bullet speed. When the enemy is moving away from you, you're shooting the Ducats. Like, the effective range, it's like halving. By the time the bullet gets to them, they've moved past. Like, genuinely, I've had times where they've been out of the effective range. In the effective range that I fired, and they're like out of it. I get like a recoil when it hits. At least I swear, I will admit, I do not know enough about AC6's bullet mechanics. I think damage is calculated from fire, from when it's fired, like the distance at which it's fired, not the distance between you and the target when it hits. Because I would expect that from a fucking AAA game in the big 2024. But yeah. Ducats, they're real strength defense. Like, Ducats, you realize it, right? When you're trying to go after the enemy, Ducats are a little inconsistent. Enemies coming to you, these things hit, like, all the time. It's actually kind of ridiculous. Like, they work so well with this. You can combo them with Zims. I wouldn't recommend it. I think Zims need to be dual-wielded at all times, but yeah, you can. This was a good combination when it came out. Little worse now, but yeah. I mean, what's it? Tokorobo, was it? LRB Ducats? People argue it's like one of the best builds in the game. And again, Consort, previously mentioned, Mr. LRB guy. He runs Tokorobo. This build, no slouch. Definitely has its weaknesses, but yeah. It's a really good part. Like, it can... Low cost as well. Low cost is major. And like what? I think it has like 150 effective range? No. No, actually, that's a good thing, right? Impact, if I'm not mistaken, impact does not reduce across effective range. Damage does, but impact does not. So you can hit like... You hit someone at like 170 range and 300 impact still. Even if you're only dealing like 100 something damage. So I think that's a big difference between... Yeah, the effective ranges. Because when the impact is so high... Yeah. It has enough. It's enough. It's enough range. And with its impact, it's just amazing. But yes, I think probably... Might be the top of A tier. But yeah. Sampu. I'm going to put it in D. I don't see any other reason why you use Sampu over the other pistols. These things have stupid recoil. They go out of control, like, so quickly. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, they're worse than these. Why would you ever use it over a Ducat? Why would you ever use it over Ducat? Like, Ducat's right there. Why are you using it? Bothering with it? Sure, it has... I think it does have excellent impact at close range, but, like, we're talking, like, close enough that the ricochet, the recoil still hits, right? And that's so unreasonable. Yeah. They're just not that great. I'm probably going to keep them above these, right? But, like, it's not that good. It's not that good. There's no reason to use this over any other pistol. Like, yeah, it's the lightest and lowest EN, but, like, the other pistols are already pretty light and fairly low EN. It's a negligible difference. Vientos, slightly above Sampu. Again, there is exactly one reason why you use these. 2 reasons. 1, they have the highest burst impact of the pistols, right? You mag dump, close range, highest impact. And 2, it also has the lowest recoil of the pistols, if I'm not mistaken. So, they also work well. They're also fairly consistent. But that recoil, not recoil. That reload, so killer. Like, what's it? 3 seconds, so killer. Like, your mag dump, you won't stagger. And then you're vulnerable for 3 seconds. And then you mag dump again. And if you don't stagger in that second mag dump, yeah, you're getting staggered. You're fucked. And yeah, it's just... Like, they had the bullet speed, if I'm remembering correctly. Like, they were pretty decent on the offense, but that reload speed is so killer, right? It's so killer. Stun gun. This thing is a high A, absolutely. I think better than these is fair. Yeah. It's strong. It's just really strong. Absolutely. Personally, I don't like stun guns personally. Because, like, they have such a polarizing matchup. Like, if you're on a bad, status head, or or you have a shield, stun guns can be basically useless. Like, shields counter stun guns so hard. Thankfully, where is it? Here we go, Kranich. Kranich exists. The egg build is pretty good. I think it's pretty good. Can't hold the shield down too long, because you get bubbled. With the Kranich with his highest PA interference, but yeah. These things are good, though. They are frustrating, but they are good. I think they have pretty fast bullet speed relative to the other pistols. Like, what's it? 169. Yeah, no, above. It's above. A little higher, yeah. They're strong, right? The micro staggers are everything. I think if it had the same damage, I'd probably put it bottom of A, top of B. But those micro staggers are so killer. Like, it's just like a second stop, but like that second stop widens the distance so much. So yeah, I think they're really good. I don't like how polarizing the matchup is. I personally don't like their balance because it's a polarized matchup. It's either you win against or you don't. That's my idea for balance, right? It's not if you can have the strongest weapon in the game, but if the strongest weapon works strong consistently, I think that's better than a weaker weapon that can be up or down, depending on the matchup. Because, like, yeah, you don't know what you're expecting. Yeah. Yeah. I think you guys know what I mean, right? But yeah. Bazookas. Xiangge. I'm putting this top of B. These are... The extra reload is good, but it just misses so many stagger thresholds with the lower impact. Like, a whole like, going from sub 1,000 to 1,000 impact, honestly massive. It's massive. You can... I'll put Majestics. Majestics, probably there, I'd think. This staggers a 2k stability in 2 shots, this one doesn't. Like, you miss out on so many thresholds, I think. And then you get, like, assault boost into it, and then the thresholds change even further, yeah. And it costs extra as well, which is not good. It does have 1 more meter of proximity depth, which is notable, but I don't think it's worth it, considering the... difference in... I was looking at the impact, right? Yeah, I was. Yeah. And yeah, look at that. Whole 200 something more damage as well. That's not nothing. But yeah. Majestics are amazing, right? I don't think I need to elaborate too much. I do not think they're broken. They are definitely... Like, they're kind of like more extreme Zims, but with range, right? Like, the stagger extensions, the high impact. But yeah. I think it's just the fact that... Yeah. At close range, they can be a little nutty as well, but, like, I think... that you could dodge Majestics, right? From mid-range. They also work really well as, like, bad EN punishments. Because, like, these things punish bad EN so well, and I think that's part of the reason why they're so good. They punish bad EN so well. Like, yeah, my main man Skinny in the tournaments, his Bobcat, he brings the Bobcat. You need to be ready for the Bobcat. Like, it's a great build, and Majestics are a major reason for it. Yeah. Like, it completes Water Striders. This thing is probably the single reason why I have to choose between Mingtang and Santai for my, Zimbunk builds. It's good. It's really good. But yeah. Little Gem. D tier. I think the D tier is going to be less organized, but yeah. It's a bazooka, right? But it's like the worst one. It has, I think, the biggest one. Longest reload. Like, it's just a second more, but like, why? You are basically never that strapped for weight that you can't afford a Majestic over a Little Gem. Like, if you need to swap your Majestic for a Little Gem to fit the build, your build is trash. Like, rework it. But yeah. Javelin Alpha. I'm gonna put this above the Xiangei, but like, not in A tier. You exchange staggers and stagger extensions for excellent punish. Yeah. And like, if you stagger with the Javelin, you get all that extra damage, which is good. But I think the loss of proximity debt is so major. Or is it below? Is it below the Xiangei? I'm gonna put it below, but I think interchangeable. Like, the punish damage on this thing is great. Like, it's good. It's really good. And it's like the only explosive weapon you can use as punish damage. Like, I think explosive defense universally is just pretty meh on parts, because explosives are basically all the impact. But yeah, if you're dealing with someone who has who has bad explosive defense, and you hit like a javelin on the stagger, they're dead. But yeah, it's definitely good. But yeah, you can't use it like you do these two because of no proximity debt. So yeah, I think that's a fair position. Oh, I think this one's the Gorchang and the other one's a Dizzy. I'm gonna put these two. I think they're better than Sweet 16s. Sorry, the Sweet 16 is better. I'm gonna put. I have seen clips of the Dizzy being used, but like, I don't know. I think bottom of B is good. The Gorchen can work. It can work. Like, if you get caught off guard by it, right? That is a lot of. I'm thinking. Oh, Gocheng's definitely below the Dizzy. Like, it's a grenade, right? It's an earshot in the hand. It's an earshot in the hand. I think on, like, tanks and tetras, yeah, it's an earshot in the hand. Which, yeah. Does have worse distance, though. Yeah. Now, the Dizzy's actually a little more interesting to talk about, actually, because I'm thinking of a match. I think it might have been Yasalti. I was just online. I caught him. He was using a heavyweight build. It had Dizzy, right? And the fact that the Dizzy goes 180 something meters and then explodes 90, it kind of creates this massive fuck off zone between you and the opponent. And like, it's pretty difficult to dodge it. Like, if they fired it, if you're like at like 300 meters, you're probably going to get 400, 300 meters. You're probably going to get chipped by it. And like, it's not insignificant as well. And, you know, they've recently buffed the relayer thing. I think I need to pop the Dizzy up. Better generally, better niche. I'm gonna put it there. I think that genuine fuck off zone between you and your opponent that they can't really dodge is pretty good. I think the grenade firing stance is killer. Even when you're on a tetrapod, it doesn't affect your movement. That's still like a whole 2 seconds of inactivity if it misses. But yeah. Iridium's feeling objectively might even be low C, because Iridium suck on you or you because she's a biped, but Iridium's on a tetrapod or wheelchair or tank usable. I don't think they're amazing. Nah, I'm still picking D. I think they just don't deal enough damage and impact. They reload quickly. That's the entire reason why it's not because that 3.4 second reload is pretty good. But yeah, I think this is kind of a Xiangei situation. Like, it's not enough, even if it does reload quicker. Yeah. Oh, Napalm, my sweet summer child. You're not that good in PvP. I've seen exactly one build that uses Napalm decently, and it's the... What's it? Rifle pistol build, and they use a Napalm, double Napalm as punish. And because they hit you with the Punisher, it hits you with the ACS anomaly. Yeah, and then you get staggered quicker again, which is like a really neat build. It works. I don't think it's that good universally, and I saw them not verse a single kite, so take that as you will. It's just the fact they don't work against airborne enemies. They can do something against a bad tank, but like any tank player worth their salt knows worth their salt knows how to play in the air. So like, yeah. Jamming bombs. I'm gonna put this bottom of C. I do not have experience using jamming bombs. I do not have experience facing jamming bombs, but they seem way too gimmicky to me to actually be like any higher. It's full gimmick. Yeah. Yeah, I just think it's too gimmicky. I can't recall the last time a jamming bomb. I've had versed jamming bomb users. I cannot remember a single time where they've beaten me, like the match. I think they might have gotten me like a phase, caught me by surprise, but yeah. Therapist. I'm thinking B. This is kind of like the, you know, good has a use here. Therapist, God, remember how broken the therapists were for like, what's it, 5 days after they got buffed? Yeah, the therapist is definitely good. I think the Artichaut is better. Yeah, the therapist is definitely good. Like, it deals solid damage. But, yeah. The electrical stun, massive. And the fact it doesn't rely on your FCS, amazing. It's just not that high output regardless. I think the fact it's lower on the impact is, like, it's relying on the electrical stagger instead of dealing impact. Not that it does no impact. It does deal impact, but, like, it's pretty meh. So, like, yeah. If your opponent's got bad electric head, ding ding ding, pretty decent. They've got good, probably not going to do much. But yeah. Yeah. Flammenwaffen. I think, yeah. The flamethrower sucks. Most of the time. It's just the combination of that slow projectile and bad effective range. You could be 100 meters in front of the... close to the enemy. You put out the flamethrower, and they'll just move away from it, and then it'll... Yeah. It's not that good. It's just far too inconsistent on the offense. Defensively, it works. But, like... And yeah. ACS Anomaly is just a little too gimmicky to be good. I've honestly tried to use flamethrower. I even tried recently, but yeah, it's just gimmicky. It's just very gimmicky. I still want to put it here because, like, defensively, like the minigun, pretty good. It's definitely usable, but, like, yeah. Laser rifle. Oh, I think this is... Oh, low A. Oh, low A, high B. Low A, high B. Oh. I'm gonna go low A, but I'm fully open for arguments lower. Like, I've used this. I used this on a dual laser rifle, dual Aora build on VE20B, and it worked. Unfortunately, it was a little too inconsistent with the Aoras, but it worked. I'll definitely give it that. Yeah, the damage is pretty good after its buff, and holy shit, these things put in some work on stagger. Like, they're actually a little nutty, and like one of the fastest projectile speeds in the game for a non-charge. Like, it's good. It's good. Good. I just don't know how bad the lack of impact is. Like, yeah, this is why I'm, like, deliberating. Is it A or B tier? Like, how bad is that lack of impact? Yeah, I'm gonna leave it in A. I think it's good enough for A after its last buff, but, you know, if I could be convinced to put it in B. LRA, okay, this is definitely an A tier. Ooh, not better than Majestics, but still amazing. This is this game sniper rifle. This is this game sniper rifle. You run this thing on, what's it? VE20B, wheelchair, Arquebus ADD FCS-A, 21A. This thing hits some crazy snipes. It's also fairly spammable as well. You're telling me this thing used to charge up faster? Like that? So it's got a charge time 3.8. So that's 1.9 seconds on V20B. You're telling me it used to be faster? Like and it does so much damage on the chip. Like, what's it? Charge attack power, extra 25%. That's ding 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 ding. That's 2k damage. That you hit. This thing does 2k damage every 2 seconds. 2k damage every 2 seconds with. What's the charge effective range? Fucking look at that! 280 ideal, 430 effective, and like it deals so much damage. You could be approaching the end of the effective range. You're still probably dealing like. I remember the thing as a graph for it. No, that's not for that. But yeah, like it's so good. It can snipe you. It does so good, and like you can still use it on like bipeds as like a great impact supplement because it does so much damage. It's not LRB stupid damage. I think the LRA is a lot fairer. Because unlike the LRB, which like you can make work very easily, this kind of does require a VE gen. I don't think you could use this on VP that well. Like it'll kind of just be, stronger laser rifle on VP. But on VE, with the extra... The charge attack is where it's at. That's what you want to be using it for. The charge attack is incredible. But yeah, it's really good. I think it's really good. Laser shotgun. I'm confidently putting this B tier. Laser shotgun, it's a great defensive tool. It's great defensively. Sucks offensively. Like, it's difficult to hit those charge attacks against moving away targets, and the uncharge, it just does not deal enough impact. Like, if you're landing those close-range shotgun shots, it's good. But, yeah, very much so not excellent. It's not excellent. You can use it. I've tried so many times to make tetrapod V20B laser shotgun builds. They work. When the shots land, they work. But, yeah. And another thing, this is one of the 2 weapons in the entire game that has ammo problems in PvP. Like, it is so easy to run out of charge shots in PvP. This thing needs an ammo buff. Like, you could leave the rest of the weapon untouched, ammo buff it. Like, it needs double the ammo, at least. At least 1.5, ideally double. But yeah, I think that's fair. Werger, this is an A tier part, absolutely. Absolutely better than Haldeman's. Better than... no, I'm not going to put it better than Ransetsu. Yeah. Ooh, actually, is it better than Ransetsu? That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. I'm gonna leave it below Ransetsu. Honestly, you could shuffle. I could be convinced to shuffle these around, but yeah. Werger's really good. It's really solid. It's really solid damage, really solid impact, especially for an NG weapon. It's light. EN. It's not low, but it's relatively low compared to other NG weapons. And that charge attack is so much. Like the Bluetooth connected, like so big. Like stagger. What's it? Pistol shrimp was it? Pistol shrimp. Ducket and Werger. Like, you stagger with the ducket, boom, V20B Werger. How much is the V20B Werger? That's... Oh, yeah, you're looking at, like, 2.2k damage, approximately. Pardon me, I'm doing in my head maths, so I might be slightly wrong. But yeah, 2.2k. Oh, wait, that's before direct hit, I'm dumb. You're going to be using this on stagger. Yeah, and that's an extra... The charge attack has a different... What's it? Direct hit adjustment. Yeah. The charge attack is almost 2... You're looking at 4k on the stagger. 4k on the stagger for an excellent weapon that you can use in the neutral as well. Crazy. It's spectacular. Honestly, I'm a little like, ooh, do I knock down the stun gun a bit? I will keep it like that because, like, this, you do kind of need a VE generator for this. You do need a VE gen for this. And the output is, I don't think it's as good as the LRA is output for its cost, but still fantastic build. Like, pretty sure if you went to the PC leaderboards right now, you'd see this thing everywhere. Like, people love it. But yeah. Laser pistol. That's a C tier. That's a C tier or a C tier part. I'm gonna put it just below thing. It just deals no impact, and its laser damage is not that high. Fairly close range as well, but yeah, nothing too much to say. Plasma rifle. I'm thinking B tier. I'm thinking B tier. Again, this is another bad offensively, good defensively weapon. Like, its shots are so slow. Like, the shots are so slow that it's really difficult to use offensively. The only build that can use this offensively is Laser Swap. And that's specifically because Laser Swap is a big fuck-off ball of stats that gets into your face, and at that distance, you can land the things anyway. And even then, it's not my choice for Laser Swap. I know Laser Swap is nowhere near as good as it is. It's not... It's like, it fell from grace. It's like, it used to be like high A, it's like mid B, I'd say now, but yeah, not my choice for it. It's good defensively. It's really good defensively. Like, I mean, the damage is good. The impact is alright. Considering it's like a plasma weapon, it's good for its damage. That charge attack is pretty good in the way that it's so difficult to dodge, right? If you're close enough, you're not dodging that. Like, the cone, it's very difficult to dodge. And, like, it's plasma, right? You touch it slightly, you're taking most of the damage. But the fact that it overheats is a little killer. I think... it's kind of got to have that uniqueness against the Nebula. But yeah. Yeah, I think this is a fair placement. Nebula. Ooh. I'm going to put that... Actually, I'm not going to lie, I'm actually considering it. Is it an S tier part? I don't think it's S tier. Do I still have water in my... No, drank it all. Molten doesn't hydrate. Lamau. How long have I been recording? Damn, an hour. But yeah. Nebula is so strong. It's so strong. Its damage is excellent. Its impact is excellent. Like, if I'm not mistaken, 1,000 impact on the charge attack. Look at that. 1,100 impact. And 600 cumulative for that? That's not nothing. Yeah, it's spammable as well. How fast does it charge again? Charge time. 1.7! This thing is a 1.7. You run this... Oh, yeah, that's the damage before the fucking VE gen again. So that's... Yeah, you're approaching, like, 23,000. 23,000 damage. 23,000 damage every... What's it? 9 second... Every 0.9 seconds... Obviously, between the things. 23k every 0.9 seconds and 1,000 impact. With the weapon with, like, absolutely ridiculous proximity debt. It's crazy. Like, the biggest thing is the proximity debt, I think. Because it doesn't matter. It's so difficult to dodge, the charge attack. That's the biggest thing. Like, even if the latency was perfect, you'd probably have trouble. But, like, with the latency, oh, so difficult to dodge. So many builds just can't do anything against Charge Nebula. I think I can disqualify it from S tier because it does have a lot of constituencies and it's not as good as LRB for its constituencies. Like, you really want to be running on V20B. Like, considering that the VE gen is its reload time effectively. And, like, this is similar for the LRA. Because it's the reload time, you want it as high as you can to maximize your damage. Yeah. And, like, it's mediocre. I've never seen someone use a Nebula offensively. Like, it's a lot easier to dodge when it's coming to you and you're moving backwards, right? Because, like, you'll see it and you'll go, like, eh. But like if you're approaching and it's like, oh, it's right there, still gets hit by it. You know what I mean? I think this is the best. I think this is the best not in the S tier weapon. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. But I do not think it's S tier because it has like so many consistencies. Like you could run LRB is the exception. You can run these two on basically any build and it work well. This you can add one LRB for basically no cost. Not basically no cost. At a reasonable cost. And 2 LRB is just so genuinely stupid. Depending on the rest of the other 2 weapons will depend on the rest of the matchup, but like 2 LRB, it's really good. But yeah. Nebula is ridiculously strong, but it's not like, these can be used offensively and defensively. This is the best defensive weapon in the game. But it's not great on offense. So you'll get kited using the Nebula. And depending on if it's an optimized kite, you're probably going to lose to the kite if your rest of your build doesn't compensate. But yeah. Still excellent weapon. Redshift. I'm gonna put this below the LRA, but like next to it. It's good. The damage it's excellent damage. Constant firing as well. Doesn't rely on EN specs. You can run like VP instead. It's good, but yeah, the uncharge is garbage unless you're doing laser swap. Uncharge is garbage. Like really low impact per second. And yeah, slow firing. It's only good on laser swap because by laser swapping it, you can fire it fast and then it normally takes to fire again. Like it will go pff, pff, when you laser swap and go pff, pff, pff. So yeah, it's good. But it's mostly the charge attack. Like it does excellent damage. Like I'm not putting it lower because it does the damage is so good, and like on tetrapods and stuff, you'll love it for that. But yeah, it's uncharged is garbage on anything that's not laser swap. So yeah, but I think these are similar parts. This is definitely better. I think they are similar. I think the fact is that the LRA shot is so fast that it can hit opponents moving away. This one can't really. Do I put it a bit lower? Honestly, I think the Wurg is too low. Yeah. Yeah, I think I like that better. Yeah. Wall rifle. This is interesting. I think I want to put this in A tier. I think it does so many things. Like it's the highest EN cost in the entire game, and it's second heaviest. It does a lot though, right? Like the uncharged, it's not spectacular, but it's far from bad. It's good complementing fire. Especially with that, what's it? It's coral. It's coral. It's fast. It's fast. It's a fast projectile and it's coral. You ain't getting rid of that impact. And first stage charge attack, phenomenal. It is amazing. Stupidly fast, great high damage. The charge time is not. It's not zoom, but it's by no means bad. And if you're so inclined, that full charge. The noodle. He's pulling his noodle out! Yeah, the noodle, it's great. I think it's a little too situational to use a stagger punish most of the time. If you find the opportunity, oh, I've got this fully charged and they're staggered. But it's a little too situational to use that. I mean, I think this weapon's honestly worth it for the first stage charge alone. And the fact that it has the other charge stages is, yeah. Like you've seen this with like Pistol and Ludlow. I think it's honestly a good enough part to justify that the first stage charge is so good. It might even be better without the final charge stage because you can hold it for an infinitum. Yeah, I think this is fair. I've seen people put this thing to use. The first stage charge so good. But yeah, I think that's fair. Now, Karasawa. Oh, I'm thinking, but I do not think it's C tier. I'm better. Yeah, I'd say better than laser shotgun. Okay, so the carousel. Here's the thing, right? The first stage plasma shots, they look fast. They're too slow. They are too slow, so they miss too often. They overheat the gun so quickly, and the carousel's overheat is so long. Oh my god, like it's crazy. First stage charge. It's a worse LRA. It does charge faster. I'll give it that, but it also does quite a bit less damage. And the final charge, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think the final charge is that good most of the time. It's very all or nothing, and it's mostly lag abusing that you get hit by it. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, it's still towards the top of B tier, because I think it's definitely good, but, like, I do not think it's as... I don't think it's A tier material. I don't think it's A tier material. Better than a Dizzy. Better than a Dizzy, definitely. Yeah. I think it's just the fact that first stage charge is basically useless most of the time. Your only time you're ever going to use it is when, you know, your panic fire, you're trying to get that final hit in against a terminal armor user. Like that health range. Yeah. The first stage charge is good. But I think it's just the fact that the sheer difference in weight and EN cost, like, this thing is so heavy. This is the heaviest part in the entire game. It's such a high cost. And unlike the Walt rifle, I do not think it's worth its cost. It's like, I feel like I've never seen a lightweight use. I've seen a lightweight use this in, like, Reddit clips, and that's it. Like, it's just a little too situational, I think. It's not situational. I just do not think it matches this tier in level 1 usability. Like, better than these, I think I'd take a Kurosawa over these parts in a vacuum. But I think just, yeah, the weight cost, it's a lot. And, like, theoretically the highest possible... Like, this thing has the highest DPS in the entire game on its normal attacks, but, like, because the projectile, it just feels so slow. I don't know what... I see the bullet speed, it's similar to other... Actually, wait, that's ducket bullet speed, isn't it? Slightly faster than ducket. Viento bullet speed. Viento and... What's it? Stun gun bullet speed, yeah. It feels far too inconsistent to use as the main part. And, like, there is definitely the mind games aspect with the charge shot, and the fact you can use the first stage basically whenever you want. I don't think this first stage is that good. Its damage is good, but it deals zero impact. Like, this deals a little bit of impact, enough to build up, but this deals, like, no impact, and damage is worse. But yeah, it's by no means bad. It's towards the top of B, but, like, it's not A tier material, I don't think. Oh, bubble guns. Bubble guns. Bubble gum. Yeah. I'm thinking top of C behind Ludlow. Both of these guns are basically the same. So the whole problem with bubble guns, right, is that they don't interact with the stagger system, but they still require you to stay CQC. AKA the best distance for all the weapons that love the stagger system. Like, yeah. Now, can bubble guns work? Absolutely. Absolutely. But I think for the hand weapon part, nah. I feel like the hand weapon decides so much of your build. And I think focusing on the bubble guns, not a great plan. Insert fucking Tony Stark, not a great plan. Yeah, it's... Yeah. There's only one bubble gun build I've seen that works. I mean, here's the thing, right? Bubble guns... Again, they're good on the defensive. If the opponent's coming to you, and you can dodge them, you can keep them in that effective range while not getting staggered, you can chip their health down reliably, absolutely. Completely counter shields, that's good as well. But yeah, they just suck offensively, and yeah, you'll just get outburst. You'll get staggered first, and if your opponent's got any sort of stagger punish, yeah. I think the quad works, but I think the best way to make this viable is like 2-hand Kranich and a pulse shield. That's the sweet spot. You go in, absolutely load your bubbles, shield, make sure you got EN, shield any big attacks, and just get the F out of there with an assault boost. What's it? Again, that was a strategy from Blaze. It works. But yeah, I don't think these things are anywhere near. Yeah, close range, no impact. Yeah, I think honestly that's fair. Oh, handful. This thing is A tier, absolutely. We're an A tier though. Better than that. Yeah. Okay. These things are actually kind of nutty. Their reload is fairly quick. I think they're surprisingly light, aren't they? They're like, yeah, look at that, only 32k. Only 3.2k. That's not that heavy. And their damage and impact is excellent. Like, yeah, they deal great damage, and like, if you're trying to focus on your back weapons and you want support from the hand, it's perfect. It's so consistent. I very much value consistency in my parts. PvP and speedrunning alike. Yeah, it's a very consistent part. I do like it for that. It's not personally my cup of tea. I place a lot of value on my hand weapons, but absolutely see its worth. Split missile. This is not. I think it's just too much. I think it's just way too high cost compared to what you get. I think that's good. Like, why would you ever use this? Just use this. Just use the standard 4-cell. Way more yen. Heavier, way more yen. Like, look at that. That's a whole 1.4k above. Oh, actually, the EN difference is not that much. But yeah, 1.4k above. That's not nothing. That amount of difference. And like, it's a split missile. It's not bad per se, but it's a lot more inconsistent. And like, what I view missiles is, right? Missiles are like, you want them for pressure. Very rarely are you using missiles for their pure damage. Like, obviously, if you're optimizing for that, you can. But I think missiles are at their best when they're used as pressure tools. You know, but force the opponent to burn a quick boost to dodge, preventing the stagger resets and all that. This does that better than that. This is just a bit more extra pure damage, and I don't think it's worth. But yeah, it's again certainly not bad, B tier, but yeah, I think you just want to run 4-cell every time anyway. Now, I'm thinking, how am I forgetting its name? Aperitif, the French people. Yeah, the aperitif. Yeah, this is similar. I think this is similar to 4-cell again, but it's kind of running. Why are you using this over 4-cell? It's just the fact that it reloads slower. Higher cost. I will give it that. Maybe that's a little too harsh. Nah, my gut's saying there. It's just the fact that, like, when they're firing, these things are really good. Like, while they're in action, you can't quick boost away. They're very likely to hit. You're very likely hit by like one of them. It's just the fact that it's a hand missile, and it's slower. Like, what's it? 7-second reload against like the 4, if I'm not mistaken. 6-second reload. 6-second reload against 3.6. Yeah, that's a notable difference. And you know, it also takes a while to fire. Like, if you don't know, like, you shoot it, ding 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 ding. Every missile comes out one by one. Against like the 4-cell, which is just and so firing. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. It's definitely not bad, but yeah. PFAL, my beloved, I'm sorry, your ass. I'll take you over bubble guns. Here's the problem with the PFAL, right? Its entire gimmick is that it works offensively and defensively. If they're moving away from you, you uncharge and the things follow. If they're coming at you, you charge attack. Let's go with the uncharge first. It's a little better on the offensive, I'd give it. The tracking is pretty good once they do the loop and then they're going like that. The problem is they're not terribly difficult to dodge, and even if they do hit, they're not that threatening. Like, look at that. Like, what's it? That's like bit about 600, like 500 something, 500 something damage. 360 impact is like kind of nothing. And no accumulative as well. That's a big thing. Like, look at that. No accumulative. So that's a pretty big thing for a missile to not have. So yeah. And more importantly, defensively, these things are ass. Like, everybody knows the uncharge will just straight up miss a close range target. But like, even the charge attack, they'll see you charging it and they'll just quick burst. You'll probably land one, but like, I'm telling you, like, it's gonna go like this. It's gonna go wang, 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 and they're gonna dodge. It's gonna hit one, and the rest are just gonna fly past. So it just doesn't work on the defensive. This is killer. Everybody knows. I love this thing. I love this thing. Everybody also knows how I mispronounce it, but I refuse to pronounce it correctly because it's funnier. But yeah, nah. It's not unusable. It's... I see no reason why I'd ever want to use this. It's also notably high EN as well. Like, look at that, 390. That's double the next hand missile launcher for EN. That's notable. That's notable. Okay, now onto the melee weapons. I think I'll probably just do the melee weapons and then second video for the back weapons. But yeah, same tier list. But yeah, now. Pile bunker. This is gonna rile people. Pile bunker is an A tier part. It's different league to these, isn't it? Like, I'm gonna put it. Stun guns are probably better universe. Okay, now you're probably thinking, Molten, you're dumb. It is not that good. You gotta listen to me. So, gotta listen to me on this one. So. Obviously, I speedrun. Pile bunker tech, my bread and butter. And everybody's just like, yeah, the pile bunker's good when it hits, but like, it doesn't really hit that often. And honestly, I think that way of thinking, that is a symptom of everybody using the pile bunker for the funny meme builds. You know, the Harris Majestic bunk. That build can work. I do not think it's competitively viable. But everybody's just like, oh yeah, you do that, it works, and they get the funny hard gimmick. It's just like, oh, you just stay away from them. The thing is, though, what people haven't realized, right? Just use the bunk on Zimblade. Like, you do have to pay up a little bit extra weight for it, which is undeniable, but just bunk a Zimblade punish. And definitely, it can miss occasionally, but like, the bunker lets you win matches of a single stagger. And it's not difficult to get staggers with the Zimmerman. Like, speaking as someone who has all this practice using the bunk anyway, like, my brain is just physically wired to hit stagger noise, shoulder button, hold down bunk. To me, this works, and I've seen the results on it. I could probably go a lot more in-depth into Zim Bunk, its strengths and weaknesses, especially compared to Zim Shield. Zim Shield's definitely better, do not get that wrong. But yeah, this lets you do something. And the thing is, fundamentally speaking, the entire point of excluding this, and this, the entire point of all of the melee weapons is to deal damage on the stagger. A few extra got that extra utility, but like, the main point, stagger. Damage on the stagger. So the melee weapon that does the best damage on stagger is the A tier. Again, it's a little difficult rating it relative to the other parts because, yeah, it's A tier stagger. It's A tier stagger punish. But how does that compare to... Yeah, it's a little difficult, but I think... I don't want to make a whole nother tier for melee weapons, but I think Bunk is undeniably an A tier part. But its biggest problem is that it really only works with Zim. It really only works with Zimblade as a Zimblade. Like, staggering off these two is inconsistent, I find. And pistols, give that up. You accidentally shoot one too many pistols. If you shooting the pistols and one of them hits after the stagger, boom, you miss the bunk. It really only works with Zim. But when it works with Zim, it works with Zim. You win matches of a single engagement. And it's Zimmerman's. It's not that difficult to win the one engagement. And I think that fundamentally makes it really strong. I don't want to say skill issue, because I am clearly the one with abnormally good skill using the bunk. But it is undeniably a good part. It's the best in slot for melee punish, in my opinion. It's best in slot for melee punish. Sure, it is absolutely the most difficult one to use. You have to learn the bunk tech. You have to change your playstyle, but like the sheer control over stagger that Zim gives you to allow you to hit the bunk staggers, yeah, it's massive. So yeah, I'm standing firm on this. Where in A tier, I can be open to argument, but yeah. Taiyang Xiao, this is also A tier. Water Strider, Lamb Kites, yeah, excellent. Might pop it here, I think. It's excellent. And you know, let me get the hammer up there as well. I think the Taiyang's slightly better after its nerf, but like these two peas in a pod, same function, different tastes. Yeah, it's like, yeah, Water Strider, defensive tetrapods are amazing. Defensive tetrapods in general are amazing, and these weapons are part of what makes it so good. Yeah, I don't think there's much to add. Before the nerf, the hammer would have gone up there definitely, but after the nerf, I think this is fair. Like, these parts force you to play differently, and I think that's definitely... If a part literally makes you go, oh, they have this equipped, I need to change how I play, it's A tier, undeniably. But yeah. Chainsaw, oh, my sweet summer child. I'm not putting you in C tier, but yeah, low B tier, I think. The chainsaw can work, but it's inconsistent. It can work, but it's inconsistent. Like, this thing just straight up will one-shot even, like, heavyweights on stagger. It's just, yeah, it's inconsistent. You have to deal with chainsaw jank. If the chainsaw worked 100% of the time, I'd probably be putting it up. Maybe not A tier, because I think there's a fundamental difference because of the charge time. But, like, I don't think this is a C tier part. I don't think the chainsaw is C tier. It can put work in. It can put work in. And you can use it... And funnily enough, you can actually use the command grab against tanks. You won't see it often, but like you can command grab against the tanks. You can do that. That big fucking massive hitbox. Just asking for it. But yeah, it's... I can't put it lower than B. Maybe my personal bias is speaking, but I'm not putting it lower than B. Stumbit. Genuinely... Oh, that hurts. That hurts to do. No, I can't. It does something. Top of D. Okay, so. Stumbaton, biggest problem. Too slow. In PvE, there's no lag, and enemies are dumb, targets stay staggered for longer. Stumbaton is useful. Stumbaton is more than useful, it's fucking amazing. But even then, Stumbaton has weaknesses. It struggles against faster targets because they fall out of the attack before you hit them. And you can't do anything against shields. Or pulse armor. Everybody loves pulse armor. Yeah, it's... Yeah. Honestly, I don't think I need to elaborate too much. It's just, you never hit it. And even if you hit the you'll hit the stagger, and unless you're point blank, you'll never hit this. And... the only reason you're using the Stumbaton is for the charge attack, right? But the charge attack is just far too slow to use in PvP. It can take the heavyweights for a ride, undeniably. But... if you manage to... Because the heavyweight we're running pulse armor, right? And as soon as you'll realize what they're gonna do, they're gonna pulse armor. If you manage to get the heavyweight AC staggered for a second time, no pulse armor... and they haven't got you to a point where you're low enough damage anyway, another melee probably would have won you that anyway. That's just kind of the thing. There's just no reason to really use this over anything else, and like it can be an active detriment sometimes. So yeah, it really hurts me to say because I love it, but yeah, it's D tier. It can do something, but not much. So I think that's fair. Dagger. This is high B. I'm thinking of just Cirksby just insta-killing a tank with its combos. No, dagger slinging. This thing is A tier. I'm gonna put it below bunk. It's like different... Okay. Dagger slinging tanks are fucking ridiculous. They are not that optimal, but like... the fact that this thing lets the heaviest thing in the entire game have mobility options, I think that speaks alone. It's also... I think it's also the second best behind bunk for stagger punishes. Because it interacts best with pulse armor. If you're close, you get like one dagger in, they start pulsing maybe 1, 2, then they pulse, you assault armor, 3, 2, 1, they are dead. Like the dagger just lets you, like all the other melees, you'll use it against the pulse armor, and the opponent will come out damaged but still relatively fine. Dagger, nah, you're fucked, you're dead. So I think that definitely deserves its position up there. And, like, again, slingshotting tanks... I mean, even normal dagger slingshotting on non-tanks is still amazing. If, I think, not as impressive. And, what's it? Cirksby just fucking insta-killing a tank off a single stagger cycle because of this thing. It's ridiculous. Amazing. Laser Blade. This is B tier. Above the chainsaw, but next to it. Biggest problem, too slow. Uncharged, if you're using uncharged, you want to be using anything else. If you're using it charged, you're either versing an idiot, because it's so easy to dodge, or you get lucky. Like, here's a fun fact. If you get staggered by someone using the laser blade, and you see him go for the charge check, hands off controller. You'll just fall before the thing can hit you. Obviously, that doesn't work if you're on the ground, but most of the time, I think you can jump over it anyway. Yeah, if you get staggered on the ground, that's probably your biggest risk. But yeah. And like, if you got a real idiot, they'll try to use it point blank. If you're close enough, you can just kick him. You can just kick him, stop the charge. It suffers from too many... It's too exploitable. Like, its damage is amazing. It's the third highest damage melee in the game behind the bunk and saw. But it's just far too inconsistent. But yeah. Slicer's in a similar boat, I think. I think it is better though. Okay, so Slicer has excellent damage on stagger, and it's pretty consistent as long as you're close range. Problem is, interacts horribly with pulse armor. Like, it'll do like chump change to it and not be ready. And yeah. So it's also fairly slow compared to the other melee weapons, so if you're not close, you have a chance to miss. Charge attack is completely useless. Yeah. Not that great, I don't think. Like, it's still excellent as melee punish, so that's why I'm putting it up here. But yeah. Laser Lance, I'm gonna put you right next to Slicer. You're... No, actually, no, you need it. No, you're with the other melees. Chainsaw consistency issues with nowhere near as much benefit. If you land the lance in neutral, that is massive, but like, you're never landing the lance in neutral, right? Like, it gives the opponent so much warning, and it's so janky with the netcode. It just unfortunately does not work for PvP half the time, so I can't really rate it high. A little too slow on stagger punish as well. Your opponent can escape from it as well, so yeah. Pulse Blade, you are going here. Are you? Nah, I'm gonna put you above the Slicer. I think the Pulse Blade's biggest thing, it doesn't deal enough damage. Like, it's lightweight, excellent, it's good punish, actually amazing punish. It's just like, why would I use the... I know, it's other utility makes better. Why would I, if I wanted punish damage, why would I use the Pulse Blade? Dagger universally does better. Slicer does better damage if I'm staying close range. Bunk is bunk. Why would I ever use the Pulse Blade? That's my problem. I don't use Pulse Blade in PvP because, like, I can just use the bunk and work with the bunk. It's just, the damage is just a little too low. And it's a little crazy to say. That also, not to mention, sure this will go away with practice, but like, if you're at a crucial moment and you fumble by accidentally pressing the second blade too quickly and you don't readjust forward and you miss, just the fact that that has a chance to happen, yeah, kind of really sours as well. Charge attack is good. I don't think it's that good. I find it's a little too slow, I think. You kind of only get it by tanking whatever the opponent throws at you and then they run out of energy. But by then, you're probably at disadvantage. Yeah. I'm gonna... Yeah. I don't know. I'm not Pulse Blade's biggest fan. Honestly. Moonlight. Ugh. Where do I put this? Ugh, I love the Moonlight. It's such a fun weapon. Don't think it's that... Here's the thing, right? If you optimize the Moonlight, we're talking Barsho Arms, V20B generator. This thing rivals laser blade damage, and it's at range, and can be used outside of stagger as well. The problem is, fuck me, the charge attack on the light blades, it's not good. Far too slow. Far too slow to be used, unfortunately. Yeah. And like, okay, you probably think, okay, then don't use the charge blade. Well, if I'm not using the charge attack, then I'm using the uncharge. If I'm using the uncharge, I want to use a redshift. Even at max investment, I'm pretty sure this does less damage than this. Just because this still has to deal with energy defense, this doesn't. And like, these things are pretty good for like stagger extensions as well. And like, they're pretty good outside of combat as well. Outside of punish in the neutral as defensive options. But yeah. Yeah, I can't rate this higher, I can't. Yeah, I think I have to give it C tier. I love using it. I love using it, right? But my love of using it does not equate with being good. Anytime I'd use this, I probably would have just used this. And I could have gone without completely unoptim... I could have used it without completely cutting my mobility with the V20B gen. So yeah, that's a major thing. But yeah. And then Redshift, better. It's just better. And does not require specific generator to use as well. So yeah. I think that's fair. I think I prefer its punish because it works at range. And can combo with other parts, but yeah. And the final hand weapon, because I think with a time, yeah, 1 in 40 minutes, yeah, that's a good time to end. Where am I putting this? As part of Cirksby's combo, it's amazing. But literally outside of it, I think that's fair. Yeah. I mean, God, like, another reason why I don't think the Pulse Blade charge attack's that good is shields. Shields exist. You'll never... Like, I've used this, it's fun, but like, fuck me. Shields completely shut it down if you're not using Stagger Punish. And if you're using it for Stagger Punish, it's not that great at it. Its whole gimmick is that keeps the opponent right in front of you after using it, so you can follow up with other things, like an assault armor, which is excellent. But like, if you want that, you could kind of use this. It's definitely better. Demon Blade is notable, but I think it's just kind of funny. The opponents to your left, Demon Blade is amazing. The opponents to your right, Demon Blade is just, yeah, insanely telegraphed, and yeah. And yeah, it's kind of gimmicky, the problem. That's kind of the problem. It's a little gimmicky, which sucks to say, but yeah. I think that's fair. Do I want to change anything? Do I like how this looks? Yeah. Am I giving... Are these too high, these melee weapons here? You can tell by the way I've done this. This is very much a top heavy kind of tier list. You could probably my definition between an A and a B tier probably... I think people would relatively have these weapons in the same order, but they'd probably have it tiered differently. Like, maybe you'd have a C tier start here instead of here. I think people would probably agree on the order, but just not my tiers. But I think I can live with that. Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, Chainsaw probably goes down, actually. Better than Moonlight? Absolutely, but yeah. You're with it as well. That's fair. You have a bit extra utility, I think. Yeah. Honestly, yeah, I think that's the tier list. Look at that. Boom Shankalanka. Hand weapon tier list. Yeah, so yeah, it's been an hour and 40 minutes. What do you think, everybody? Do you think my opinions are trash? Do you think my opinion is... Yeah. Do you think I should play more PvP because I seem to be outdated? Whatever it is, please leave a comment if you want to argue. Honestly, I'd love to be open to discussion. I think this tier list is generally agreeable with, like, you know, maybe a few exceptions. But yeah, I'd love to hear people's thoughts on this. And then, yeah, again, bro needs content, so he'll do these next. But yeah. Yes. Thank you everybody so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And hopefully I shall see y'all in the next one. Bye bye.